When you think about professional sports, you think about the key athletes who go and make everything special by doing extraordinary plays and moments that are sealed forever in history. And when it comes to soccer, or football as many of you out there know it as, one of the best in the game is known as Cristiano Ronaldo. He is a guy who has set all sorts of records, done outstanding games, and is one of the highest paid players in the entire world, let alone soccer. And that means he can go and spend his money on just about anything. So allow us to show you how Cristiano Ronaldo spends his millions. Be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Number 8. Cars. One of Ronaldo's biggest hobbies is buying cars, and not surprisingly, with him making hundreds of millions of dollars a year, he's able to get some really expensive car purchases. Would you like some examples of this? He drives a $300,000 Lamborghini Aventador, along with his Maserati, which is equally as expensive. He also reportedly owned a Bentley, a Porsche, and a Mercedes, among others. In March of 2019, Ronaldo added a $360,000 Rolls-Royce to his collection, a car that only the world's best and richest players have been able to get their hands on. Why is that? Well, it's because this particular Rolls-Royce was the first SUV style that they had ever made, and they didn't make that many at first, so he was one of the few to have it. That being said, while he owns the cars, Ronaldo isn't always the most careful with them, including crashing a $300,000 Ferrari one time so badly that it was basically totaled. Don't feel bad for him though, he went and replaced it almost instantly and didn't even bat an eyelash on the price, because he had the money to do so. Number 7. $6.2 million mansion. Mansions are an all-time classic thing for those who are rich to get, not just for status, but to make sure they have a home that fits their needs and is in a place where they can relax. For Cristiano Ronaldo, that's exactly what he does with his main mansion. Ronaldo lives in a $6.2 million, 4.8 million pound villa in La Finca, an exclusive community in Madrid built by architect Joaquin Torres. The home comes with a fully equipped home gym, an outdoor swimming pool, and a cabinet full of the players' trophies. Now, you might wonder why he would want to live in an exclusive community, and that is very easy to answer. You see, he is one of the most popular athletes in the world, and easily one of the top athletes in all of Europe. And that means there are a lot of people who know his name, recognize his face, etc. Thus, if he lived in a normal neighborhood, he would be swarmed by fans, critics, reporters, etc. So by choosing this option, he gets to live in peace, have some quiet, be with his family, and recharge. Which, if you think about it, is something that everyone can appreciate on some level, right? Number 6. Apartments and hotels. Now, you may think that a massive mansion would be enough for Ronaldo to be happy, but that wasn't the case, as he spent $18.5 million to get an apartment in the Manhattan Trump Tower. Before Ronaldo purchased it, the swanky 2,500 square foot residence belonged to Alessandro Proto, a former business partner of Donald Trump's, but now it's Ronaldo's. But why pay more for an apartment in Trump Tower? Probably because he does work in America when he's not playing soccer, and New York is one of the best cities in the world in the eyes of many, so it's nice to have a place there to pop in and pop out of. To be clear though, he's not just going and renting apartments and hotels, he's also making hotels of his own. Oh yes, Ronaldo has also spent some of his fortune opening a football-themed hotel in his hometown of Madeira, Portugal. The 48-room Pestana CR7, which is partially owned by Ronaldo, has hallways that are carpeted with faux grass to look like a soccer field, as well as sports memorabilia such as Ronaldo shirts, trophies, and sneakers all throughout the hotel. Perfect for those who appreciate all he's done for the sport and want to soak up his greatness as they stay at his hotels. Number 5. Wax statue. One of the most well-known stereotypes about celebrities is that they're rather arrogant and that they believe in their own hype and celebrity. For Ronaldo, he went a unique direction in regards to this, as he spent $30,000 on a wax statue of himself that he keeps at his house for everyone there to see. Ronaldo decided he wanted a wax sculpture of himself after seeing the first wax likeness of himself at Madrid's Museum of Wax, which was no doubt done as a tribute to the greatness of Ronaldo and all the fame he has brought to Madrid and Spain in recent years. Oh, and as if that wasn't enough, Ronaldo frequently pays a hairstylist to go to the Wax Museum in Madrid and update the statue's looks in regards to his hair so that it looks current. Some fans will no doubt love this notion and say that it'll prove Ronaldo appreciates himself, but in truth, it's just kinda weird. Number 4. Relationships and family. Cristiano Ronaldo is a very busy guy, but he has found time throughout the years to make sure that he's gotten some happiness for himself, which included dating a lot of people. He has dated actresses, models, and more. Throughout those many relationships, you can bet that he has spent hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not millions, on gifts, dates, vacations, and more with them. Why? Because he can, obviously, and you have to impress your dates. Plus, he's got 4 kids via one of his girlfriends and a surrogate, which means he's spending a lot of money to take care of them, provide for, and more, which is what you would expect from a good father. A father that might be raising a soccer prodigy, as certain events have shown us over the last few years. And as they get older, they'll need more, and they'll get what they need to be happy. Number 3, appearance. Ronaldo is known for many things both on and off the soccer field, but one of the things you could argue he prides himself on the most is his appearance. He spends a lot of time on his looks, and when he goes out in public, he makes sure he has the finest suits, the finest watches, and other jewelry on his arms and fingers and more. When he was doing a press conference in Dubai, he had a Rolex on his wrist. Nothing wrong with that, right? Except that this particular Rolex was worth $500,000, which is the most expensive Rolex ever made. Ronaldo has even established his own fashion brand, CR7, that carries everything from shoes and cleats to denim to underwear and even fragrances, because he wants others to take care of their appearance like he does to his own. Number 2, his body. Athletes like LeBron James, Cristiano Ronaldo, and many more put a lot of time and money into making sure their body can perform at peak levels. Because remember, for them, it's not just about one game, it's about lasting a whole season of rough play. Ronaldo wants to perform so well that he spent $50,000 on a cryotherapy chamber that he put into his home. If you're not familiar with the process, it's a chamber that cools the body down to certain temperatures, such as negative 264 degrees Fahrenheit. Now, this may seem like a death sentence, but in short bursts, it helps the muscles relax and heal. And for an athlete like Ronaldo, getting healed more quickly allows him to perform better on the soccer pitch. And before you ask, yes, there is science behind this to prove that it works, and LeBron James actually does the same thing, and you've hopefully seen him perform very well. And Ronaldo is still doing well despite his long time in the league, so as to say, it works until it doesn't. Number 1, fines and payoffs. Ronaldo has various things going for him, as you can see, but he has some flaws that have cost him big, including one time he decided to not so discreetly pour some money into a tax haven in order to avoid taxes. He got caught and he had to pay a $21.8 million fine as a result. Then there was the time that he was supposed to have a role in Martin Scorsese's movie. He wants to be an actor after his soccer career is over, after his apartment in Trump Tower was picked as a setting for the film. But the subject of the film didn't want Ronaldo in the film for whatever reason, yet he was already contracted to do the part. The result? He got paid $22 million to not be in the movie. Even when he loses something, he makes money. Who knew? So what do you think? What do you think of this look at Ronaldo and how he goes and spends those many millions of dollars that he's accrued over his time playing soccer and beyond? Do any of these purchases honestly surprise you in regards to Ronaldo? Or does the notion of him doing any of these things just feel right and are typical rich people moves? What do you think he'll go and buy next that will turn heads? Let us know in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe and we'll see you next time on the channel.